Hello, Nigeria. Welcome to the show today. Now, I am privileged to be interviewing two people that I would like to refer to as a power couple. Why do I say that? Because they're not just architects, they are photographers, and they're based in Nigeria and South Africa at the same time. Amazing parents. I really don't understand how they strike a balance between all this, but we're going to find out in a bit. I'm privileged to be speaking with Felicia and Reze Bonna. Good day.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm so excited to meet you. I have been your fan from the days of my university, and I looked forward to having a shoot with you one day. But it's good to finally be interviewing you.
Same here.
All right, so.
It's good to be interviewed by you too.
Okay, so let's start from the basics. Architects, both of you are architects rather.
Yes.
Did you both meet in school? I'm curious. You did?
Well, yes, slightly before, and then yes, during the course of architecture we met, but it wasn't really architecture that brought us together. It was other things we were doing together in graphics, in production, and then we took it up.
So I want to take it that the photography went back to the days of the university.
Not necessarily. No, it didn't actually. We didn't think photography. I was doing things that had to do with photography, like I mentioned, graphics, and then also I was into moving pictures, motion pictures now, but not stills. Stills came years after.
Okay,
Yes.
so I'd like to ask, which of you started photography first?
Well, it was actually not one person. It was
Okay.
the two of us. We just had a brainwave one day and we said, how do we expand our horizon? And we looked at it and said, okay, I think we have a flair for photography. And that was actually how we came up with, let's go into photography and try it out. You know, so it was just, we were in bed when we thought about being photographers.
Whoa,
Yeah.
it wasn't part of the plan all along.
No, it
No.
wasn't.
No.
And how has the journey been so far? I can see it's been beautiful.
Yeah.
But I would like to talk about the challenging parts first of all.
Yes.
When you started, did you have all your resources? Did you have to get some money from someone? Did you have everything you need at the time you started?
No, we started from where we were. Started in bits and pieces, and at some point decided I would go do a course in photography.
Yeah.
She went to the UK to go do a course in makeup, and that's it. And we would have joint shoots, and she'd do the makeup, I would shoot, or if we had to do it. I mean, as far as body painting, we'll be
Yes.
doing that together.
Yes, I've seen so many beautiful pictures of the body paint. So who does the body paint?
Well,
Both of us.
we both do the body paints. We take parts of the body and then he would, when we first started, we tried to be a bit more sensitive with the ladies. So I would take parts that are slightly closer to the female parts, and then he would do the face and the hands. And as we got more relaxed, we could just do anything.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, now let's go a little deeper to the nude shoots.
Yeah.
I've seen some pretty good-looking nude shoots. You make nude look beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, I want to ask, how do you deal with it when he's doing the nude shoots?
Okay, when we first started, I was really concerned, you know, because you see a lot of beautiful ladies come into the studio, and as a woman, it's natural, you know, to feel intimidated and so I was concerned. But over time, I realized that it was just art to him. You know, I haven't had any incidences, and we do the shoots together. We've shot men nude, you know, so it's been vice versa.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
You have cases where you're shooting either a male or female, and
Yes.
one person has to do the makeup,
Yes.
and one has to shoot.
And sometimes
And
you even have to all them,
Yes.
you know.
Incidentally,
Yeah.
the pictures you see, once they look beautiful, they look alluring,
Yes.
sexy, and all of that, it's successful.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that's what's happening behind the scenes.
That's it.
The models are probably in pain or
Yeah.
uncomfortable, and then you have to make them comfortable, or the pose itself is difficult,
Yes.
or it was difficult
how do you
to
get
them.
people to feel comfortable enough to be nude to take a picture? Now, I know that I'm very sensitive about my body. I don't know if I
Yes.
can get to the point where I'll just chill and let someone of the opposite sex take a picture of me.
Well, I think the first advantage we had was that we're both married couples. We're a couple, I mean, and so it's like, well, I'm comfortable with it. And when they're in that element, you know that it's not easy for you to be nude. So we don't stare at them awkwardly, you know, and before you know it, they're comfortable knowing that it's just work. And that's just it.
Incidentally, sometimes we're the more uncomfortable
ones.
Especially when you're working abroad, because to them it's work.
It is.
And they know it's work. You have to be careful, because so you don't cross the line and you get in trouble.
Yes.
You know, so sometimes for us, we have to even put ourselves in a position where we are comfortable enough
As well.
with it.
Yeah.
You know, it's here that you have more of the cultural barriers. You know, abroad, models are models, artists are artists.
Okay, well,
there are people who go sit down in front of a class, and everyone is painting them for still life, and for figure painting, and they're there and they're comfortable.
Okay, we'll come back to the photography. Let's take a little bit, a delve into the architecture. You're both architects, and you're working together on projects at the same time.
Yes.
How does that feel?
It's a lot of fun, I must say.
You know, people say you don't mix business with pleasure, but you seem to be doing it perfectly.
Yeah, well, it comes with its challenges, because you have to deal with emotions sometimes. You know, that's the other part of it, because, okay, he's my husband, I might not listen to some instructions he gives me, so we have those moments as well. But it's been a pleasure, because from the time when we both met, it's just been, we hit it off so good that we've been support for one another's strength. So working together so far till this moment, we have a slogan, we go, together we win. You know, and it has really helped us in everything we put our hands on.
The thing is, we have strengths in different areas. So that's why we're support for each other. So in some cases where this might be my weakness, it's her strength, she can cover up. And in some cases where I have a shoot and I have to go do that shoot, she's probably on site.
You
know, she just came back yesterday. I was having a photo shoot yesterday. She was at a site in another state where we're building a hotel. You know, so things like that happen, and sometimes we travel together. Some cases we travel to 4 or 5 different countries together, working together. You know, so it's a pleasure.
When I grow up, I totally want to be like both of you.
And it's a paid-for holiday as well.
Yes, it is.
Because in the midst of work, we still get to be together. So.
And then there are other areas, property development, apart from just designing and construction, we develop property.
I think the question is, what do you not do? Because you seem to be doing everything.
Okay, well, we basically do everything.
We shoot, but we don't kill.
Yeah, that has to do with buildings. That's it. We don't cook. We're not chefs.
Okay. Are you into music? Because I did read up some time that you were into artist representation.
I think you should answer.
Yes. Yes, I was into music production and artist representation. I still do. I do some work with Kirk Franklin since 2001 till date, representing in Africa. Working with Living Hope. So yes, I have artists that I do work with. We're also involved in the Afrima Awards in Dallas, and that happens every year around October. So yes.
So let's talk home. Let's come back home. Let's talk about the children. You have 2 beautiful children.
Yes.
And is any of them taken to photography anytime soon?
Well, both of them.
Both of them are. They're both models, and they both take photographs as well. They're signed to an agency in South Africa.
Yes.
They've done some jobs, but they shoot tremendous images. I see them.
We think they're going to be better photographers than we can ever be.
Wow. Now, how do you strike a balance? I'm particularly curious because I'm also a career woman, and I hope to have a home someday and strike a fantastic balance between being a mom, being there for my kids, and giving time to my work. How are you able to reach this balance?
Okay, well, I would just give a blanket answer and say it's the grace of God, but really it's the grace of God and articulation. I still am involved in my children's homework. It's because we've been blessed to be creative, we can work around home and we have flexible hours. So it's easy to work in the mornings, pick the kids up, and then once we pick them up, we can still go and work again later on at night.
Okay.
But it means that there's really no closing time. Even though there is, but there isn't, if you know what I mean.
I can imagine. All right, so now if we see that a lot of people are going into photography these days. Everybody's, I think photography and makeup, everybody wants to be a makeup artist and a photographer, but you stand out. What do you think is the thing, or what are the ingredients that you think that makes Reze Bonna stand out?
First of all, I know who I am. I know what I'm cut out to do. I'm not trying to be anyone else. I'm not interested in that. And then I let my background speak for itself. I'm an architect. So if you look at my pictures, you'll see I try to stretch material. I try to use perspective in it. I try to use light and shade, form and function, all of that.
Yeah.
So for those who are trying to get into it, find out what you are. Find out who you are, find out what you represent and what you want to do. If you're trying to copy someone else, it's too late, it's done already. So you're not inventing anything new.
Absolutely.
You know, so I think that's really...
Thank you so much. It is not possible for us to wrap up this conversation without getting to know what both of you are behind the scenes. That's when you're not photographers and when you're not. So please, tell us something. Pretend he's not here.
Okay.
Tell us what he's like when he's not taking pictures, when he's your husband and the father of your children.
Well, he is particular about his kids to the point where even if his daughter has, when they're fixing her hair, he will make sure that he stays with the hairdresser. Please make sure that's my daughter. Do not hurt her, and stuff. So he's particular about that, and he's also a very funny person. He dances crazy.
Ooh,
he does.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
He's a comedian.
Oh, I know that part.
So that's all I can say.
Okay, your turn. Your turn to get back at her.
Beautiful woman. I mean, she's been my greatest support from day one. Incidentally, from the time I met her when we weren't thinking marriage or anything, I had a company and I had people who would work with me. And then she came on board. She ended up working better than everyone else, So that strength has always been there, it still is, and then the support at home as well. And then people think, oh, working in glamour, that would be her life. But I would say to people, you'll be shocked that she has diamond earrings, she doesn't wear them.
She's not like one of the most simple persons I have met.
Yes, she's not bothered with jewelry, she's not bothered with all of that. She's the one who says, hold back, let's not do this, let's not spend this, let's be careful and conservative.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Last, in the next 1 minute, I'm going to ask you quick questions, and I want you to answer without thinking about him.
Yeah.
Are we ready?
Okay. Yeah.
His favorite color?
I don't know it.
Okay. What is your favorite color?
I don't think I have a favorite color.
His favorite food?
I use a lot of blue, but I don't have a favorite.
Biscuits.
Biscuits. You're like me. I like biscuits a
I know
lot.
his favorite food.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Biscuits, yes.
But I changed last week.
What did you change?
I've changed. I'm
What's
a different
her shoe
person.
Okay.
7.
Okay. And he's correct. Oh, nice. Are we going to have the pleasure of having issues?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
You can drag me to work, yes.
All right. Thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure discussing with the both of you. I have learned so much. And I want to, for those who are watching, what would be your tips? Those who want to make it, you will talk to them from the career angle and you will talk to them from the home perspective. What are your final thoughts for those who want to make a career out of photography?
Hard work. You have to be unique. You have to be different. Your pieces must be good enough to invoke emotions. They have to provoke thoughts and they have to revoke boundaries. If not, then it's not art.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, marriage, you've been married for how many years now? 16 years?
Yes.
Whoa, I should ask you your age. You both look too young to be married for 16 years.
16 years.
That's beautiful. Yeah. What is your tip for those who are married or those who want to get married and strike a fantastic balance between their home and their work?
It's just a simple thing. You have to be selfless. Because a lot of the issues we have is about us putting ourselves first. If you really look at it, borderline, it is being selfless. If you consider your kids before you, if you consider your husband before you, it will be easier for you to manage, and that's it.
Thank you so much. I have learned so much discussing with both of you. And on that note, we're wrapping up this conversation, but of course the interview doesn't end, or the package doesn't end, because we still have a photo session with them. Hopefully I can wind them to take me a picture or two. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's still the Hello Nigeria show. Stay tuned.
To enjoy more of these our ogbonge videos when you just watch, Press this button to subscribe on top of our YouTube page. You go love her.